Today we're going to talk a little inspiration and a little process. Hey there, I am Kate Volman. Welcome to my channel. I invite you to check out some of my other videos, and if you like them, subscribe so we can stay connected. The other day I was listening to an interview with Steven Pressfield. He is the author of one of my favorite books, The War of Art, and one of the things that I found really fascinating was that someone was asking him about his inspiring books like The War of Art. And he said, it's interesting that you call them inspiring because I think they have a lot of tough love. There's a lot of tough love in that book. And he said, you know, as much as I wrote it for the world, he said he kind of feels like he wrote that book for himself. He said the things that he needed to hear. And the book, if you haven't read it, which I highly recommend you do, it's all about the resistance we feel when we're pursuing the work we love. He talks about imposter syndrome and that inner critic, that voice in our head that tells us we're not good enough or who are you to do this or whatever those things are. And I thought it was so interesting that he said that he wrote this book for him because I love hearing from other artists, from other creatives, from other writers, that we all feel that same way. We all struggle with the resistance. We all struggle with that imposter syndrome. It is a real thing and it happens, and we need to figure out how we can push through it. And so this is why he's impacted millions of people, because he wrote it for him, but we are all similar in so many ways. And so when he wrote that book for him and put those words to paper that he needed to hear, it was also what we needed to hear. And I loved this. I thought it was so beautiful because we need that. We need to be creating and doing the work that we know we're meant to do. Yes, for us, but also knowing that it's going to help other people. It's going to inspire other people to pursue their passions, to pursue their dreams. I have a podcast that I do with my friend Sean Funder, and it's called Create for No Reason. And we talk a lot about process and a lot about imposter syndrome and that inner critic, but really it's around giving yourself permission to do more of the work that inspires you, to do more of the work that you love. Not because you're going to make $1 million and not because you're going to be super famous, but because you feel called to do it. If you feel called to do something, if there is a creative project or passion or something that you've just had inside of you for so long, you are meant to do something with it. You are meant to create, to start creating. And we can get so caught up in our head because we don't know how to get there. We don't know what that looks like. And that's okay. And that's where the love of process, the love of the practice, the love of showing up every day. When we show up every day and we do the work and we just know and believe that for whatever that thing is that you know you want to do, that keeps showing up for you, it's never going away. It's inside of you for a reason. And all we need to do is focus on what's the next best thing. What's the next thing that I can do? How do I need to show up tomorrow, right now, today, to get to that next place, to push forward, to fight the resistance, to fight the inner critic? So if there's a project that you're working on, if there's something that you really feel compelled and called to do, what is the next step that you can take? What is the next best thing that you can do? And so this video just was so inspired by this conversation that I got to hear with Steven Pressfield, because some of the work that we want to do, it's really meant for us. It's meant for us, but we know it's going to impact other people. And when we can fight through that resistance and do our best work, it's fulfilling. It's fulfilling us. And then it's also going to help inspire other people to do their best work, to do what they're called to do. When they see other people going out into the world and pursuing the things that they love and doing the things that they really love, it enhances their belief that it is possible, that they can go after it, that they can do it too. What is that for you? What are you working on that you're so excited about? What are you working on that you feel like every day you show up and you put in the work, whether you have a business and every day you're showing up and you're calling people and you're working with clients and it is a process, right? Like you get better every single day the more that you do it. Maybe you're writing a book and you have to show up every day and we have to write and show up day after day. And sometimes we might feel really, really inspired, and other times, man, is it hard to really push through and fight through that resistance to actually do it. And if you are a creator, whether you're doing pottery or you love to cook or whatever those things are, how are you showing up every day to do the things that you really love to do, to fight that resistance, to really fall in love with the process, to just explore and see what happens. Be less attached to the outcome and more attached to the process. I would love to hear from you if you are working. What project are you working on? What excites you? What are you getting excited about right now that you show up every day and you just put forth the energy into making something happen? And it's okay that it's going to take some time, and it's okay that it's not going to be perfect, and it's okay that it might not look the way you thought it would. I would love to hear from you, so let me know. And also, hey, maybe you have some really great tips on how you fight the resistance, imposter syndrome, that inner critic. Would love to hear all of that stuff too. That is important for us to get out there. And if we have figured out a way to break through that resistance, it's so exciting when we get to share that with other people as well. So would love to hear from you. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please like it. And hey, share it with someone who you think needs to hear this message. I also invite you to subscribe to my channel so we can stay connected. I will see you next time.